Bank-owned properties and short sales. We are seeing a lot of them in Northern California. In many towns, they're 40 to 50% of the homes that are available on the market. So first of all, what are they and what are the advantages and disadvantages of each type of sale for the buyer? Bank-owned properties, or REOs, REO stands for real estate owned, are properties owned by the bank. The foreclosure process has completed and the bank has taken possession of the property and is usually selling it through a realtor. Okay. Short sales. Short sales are sales where the seller owes more than the house is worth. So they borrowed $500,000 and the house is now worth $400,000 and they're trying to sell it for whatever reason. Bank-owned properties, the advantages are that very often the bank will pick up some of the closing costs. If you use their title company, very often they'll pay for some or all of the title insurance as well as some other costs. They usually have paid or will pay at the closing the property taxes. However, if there are homeowner association fees, that may be the responsibility of either the seller or the buyer. You have to be careful there. Disadvantage is that they don't know about the property. They've likely never set foot on it, so all of the disclosures that are required in California, they are legally exempt from because they've never owned or occupied the house. Short sales. First of all, the biggest disadvantage of short sales is that they can take forever to close. Sellers are obviously not interested because they're not making any money off of the sale. And the banks very often take forever to give the approval letter, and once that approval is given, it has to be looked at carefully, usually by your lawyer, to make sure that as a buyer you're not required to pay anything, or if you are, it's very specific as to what that is. The advantage is sometimes you can get a deal. Sometimes it's you're buying a house for under market value, and that can be an advantage. In either case, you need a strategy. If you're buying short sales or you're buying bank-owned properties, you need a strategy to make that transaction successful. I've done a bunch of both. Give me a call. I'm Rob Rittenhouse. Let's find you a perfect house.